Time to move on to week 5. Of course, this is the beginning of the buys, and unfortunately, I meant to write them down. I did not, but there are some buys going on. Of course, we do have a London game going on as well. We aren't going to dive too deep into that just because, well, you'll know why if you see the game. But anyways, we are going to start, as always, in the AFC West. And the Las Vegas Raiders, a heartbreak on Sunday. They are heading to Indianapolis to face the Colts, another team that, geez, if Adai Mitchell just maybe doesn't hold somebody and, well, hold on to the ball all the way through the end zone, maybe the Colts are undefeated. But anyways, the Colts are going to host the Vegas Raiders. Colts are going to be 6.5-point favorites. The over-under is 48. Money line side of things, Raiders plus 250, Indianapolis minus 300. These odds are as of Wednesday, October 1st. Nobody talks Raider football before Raider Jim on this network. So, Mr. Martinez, the floor is yours.
Okay, first of all, let me start with anybody that's listening that is a member of the Raider Nation. As I've been saying on X since game time Sunday, let's just all calm down about Ashton Jeanty has arrived. Let's take it easy. One game, one good run. And granted, it was a good run, but still, let's wait. He does it this week, next week, the week after. Okay, he's arrived. Until then, he still hasn't proven it to me. And now what's happened? Now Colton Miller is hurt. Raiders have lost Colton Miller. That's not a good thing. That offensive line was already suspect, and now you've got Colton Miller down. Whoever they have under center is going to be running for their lives if they don't find a fix real quick. They're going against Indianapolis, and I saw something that I thought was a very, very bad slight, if you will, to Indianapolis, because the writer did his recap of the Ram game, and he made it sound like Indianapolis really got schooled and, well, they got brought back down to earth. I was like, dude, they were competing the entire time. It's what you said. So don't give me this. It's not like they weren't in the game, and it's not like they got real close. And play that game again, and guess what? I think Indianapolis wins it. Indianapolis, number 8 versus the rush. Now, granted, who they've gone up against, the Rams, Miami, Denver, Tennessee, not the best running games when you get to Miami, Denver, and Tennessee, but still, they're holding their own against the rush. They've got a good defense. That's it all the way around. Defensive backs, and they've got edge guys. Their line's pretty stout. So let's see what Ashton Jeanty can put up against these guys. I like the point spread. Do they cover by 6.5? Yeah, I think Indiana will, because they may even beat them by a full touchdown. I'll take that half point, though. The over-under on this one, I think you got to go under 48 on this, because I don't see the Raiders putting up more than 17 points. And Indiana, even if they were to put up 30, guess what? We're only at 47. So give me Indianapolis minus 6.5 and another long Sunday for Raider Jim.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the authority to do this, but I would also like to speak to Raider Nation. And while, look, Raider Jim is definitely the president of Raider Nation on this podcast, I would also like to tell Raider Nation, drink the Kool-Aid. Raider Jim in a few weeks will drink the Kool-Aid. Don't worry, he'll be right there with you. I'm calling it. And I've been high on Ashton Jeanty probably since his junior year at Boise, or I guess I should say a sophomore year at Boise. I think the best part about what Jeanty came into is the expectations for the team were low. Even for a 5th overall pick, you look at some of these quarterbacks that go very high, the expectations are very high as well. I don't think anybody expected Ashton Jeanty to be the person that turned this team around. The offensive line is going to be an issue going forward, and that might delay Raider Jim's Kool-Aid drinking, but I promise you by the end of the year, Raider Jim's lips will be red or orange or whatever. I guess black and gold. I guess that Kool-Aid, never tried it. But no, I really do think Ashton Jeanty is going to get things going more consistently, but the biggest issue for this team are the turnovers. You cannot be a team like the Raiders who don't have a ton of talent and turn the ball over the way they do. Geno Smith has to figure something out. I don't know what the leash looks like, but I know he signed a big contract, but I got to imagine Kenny Pickett, as crazy as it sounds, I mean, if he goes out and throws another multi-interception game, I think you have to ask questions. And again, is Kenny Pickett the answer? I'm not saying he is, but Geno might very well not be, and we have a lot more evidence of that right now. In terms of this game, I'm right there with you. I think the Colts, again, they're holding on to the ball through the end zone away from going to overtime, and then who knows? Excuse me. And I think Daniel Jones going cross country and finally playing a team that we all kind of expect to be in the playoff mix. I think even in a loss, the Colts were actually more impressive than they have been going forward. But in this one, I like the Colts. I'm going to buy a half a point just to get it to 6, just in case. And I'm going to go under as well. I need the Raiders to prove that they can score against good defenses, because with all due respect to the Bears, I don't think their defense is great, maybe average at best. Colts defense, as you mentioned, Raider Jim, 8th against the run. And you don't need to be great against the pass right now against the Raiders. Who knows? Maybe they turn a page this week, but the passing game needs to change. And again, the health of Brock Bowers, I don't know. It's a question mark. Seems like week to week, that's going to be an issue if they cannot fully get him, activated or fully firing on all cylinders, because they are weapon deprived, and Ashton Jeanty is not going to be that type of back. So that's not something that he has in his bag, unfortunately. But so yeah, both on Indianapolis here and the under.